What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Chris here with C4 Armory, and we're going to do another video today for new gun owners. This one's going to focus on my top 5 favorite upgrades for my AR-15. So if you're in the market, stick around because we're about to get into it. All right, let's jump into it right away. So first things first, number one, I like to add a sling to all of my rifles. So there's a couple of obvious reasons why you like to have a sling. Yes, you could let your rifle hang and not have to hold it, but there's other things, and let's talk about them. Before we do that, let's talk about what I have on here. This is a Ferro Concept Slingster. This is a padded version. You can pick these up on their website for about 50 bucks. And I have mine mounted with QD mounts, one on my rail and one on my buttstock, okay? So why is a sling important to me? Well, yes, it allows me to put a rifle on and not have to hold it. Is that a plus? Yeah, that's a plus, so I don't have to hold it. Cool. But that's not really the only reason or the best reason why you should have a sling. One of the more important things is if you have it set up correctly, as you're shooting and presenting, you could drive your elbow down into your sling to create added stability on your rifle. It's going to add tension to the front and back of your rifle, and as you pull the rifle into your chest, it's going to create a lot more stability than not having a sling. Of course, if you're shooting on some type of a flat range and you have a gun belt with a pistol and you want to do a transition, then you definitely need a sling. So you're going to be shooting, maybe you have a malfunction, maybe you run out of ammo, you need to get that rifle out of the way, go to your secondary firearm. You could do that super easily by having a sling. Now, if you need your hands for something and you're not shooting at all, you need to get your rifle out of the way, having a sling is definitely useful for that. So you can slide your support hand out, slide your dominant hand in, grab your rail, and just move the entire rifle behind you. Now your front is slick. You can do whatever you need to do. You can climb an obstacle, pull an injured person off of the field, and then when you're done, you can go back, grab your rifle, grab it with your support hand, run your dominant hand back under, and now you have your rifle back in the fight. Then when you have time, you can run your support hand back up and get it back to a start position. Okay, super simple, super easy, super functional. All right, so that was number one. Let's move on to number two now. Number two is going to be to have a light on your rifle. So lights can be pretty expensive, especially quality ones that are going to stand up to recoil. I would definitely recommend getting something that's reputable, that is going to stand up to abuse. So for me, I have my light mounted on the right side of my rifle, and that's because I have a pressure switch that I use to turn it on over here. If I did not have a pressure switch, I would move this light over to the left side of my rifle, and I would use my support hand to hit the tail cap to turn that light on, this tail cap right here. All right, so that's number two. Super important to be able to positively identify what you're shooting. Moving back is some type of a hand stop. In this case, I have an Emissary Development hand stop. There's a bunch of different kinds out there. Choose one that's right for you. So this is not just to stop my hand. This serves a few purposes. One of them is to pull the rifle back into my shoulder, creating more stability. Second is for hand placement, so I can index my buttons. And third is so I can have a consistent hand placement for rifle presentation every time. So super important. Continuing to move back, I have an optic riser. I'm assuming you already have an optic, or at least I hope you do, or at a minimum iron sights. But if you're planning on getting an optic, I would definitely get an optic riser. What that does is it brings the optic up a little bit so that you don't have to turtle head, where I would normally have to do this. I don't. I can have a heads up, and I can see what's going on around me. I can see all my peripheral and all of that. So it just makes it super easy. An added bonus is if you're shooting night vision, it raises the optic up so that your night vision is not hitting your buttstock. It rises it up nice and high so that your optic can be in alignment with your night vision tube. Now, I know that doesn't apply to everybody, but it applies to me, which is why it's in my top 5 for upgrades. All right, moving along to number 5, I always upgrade my grips. I don't like the factory grips that come with these ARs. I don't like the grip angle. I'll typically switch them out to a Magpul K2, which has the rubberized grip and the storage compartment underneath. Or I'll use a B5 grip, which is a hard plastic that's got a rough texturized surface, which is on one of my other rifles. So I'll usually go with one of those 2 different grips. Guys, if you're liking this video, please hit the like and subscribe button and hit the notification icon. It helps us out, helps push that algorithm, and we really do appreciate your support. So that's it for my top 5 favorite upgrades for my AR. In another video, I'll probably go through my top 5 internal upgrades on my ARs. So if you're interested in that, definitely hit that notification icon and hit that subscribe button. Until the next time, get out there, keep shooting, keep training, and I'll see you in the next video.